I'm a comedian. I do stand-up comedy.
You make people laugh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
With a spell?
No, well, just with words. I guess that's, I can't, how do I argue that that's not a spell?
Do you feel that you're cursed to do this?
You know, in a sense, yes. In a sense, yes, I do. My experience on WZRD was, it was interesting. I wish I could have got to know him a little better. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Hey. Yedoye.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Hey, why does it smell like this?
I told you. God damn.
We're trying to get to the bottom of it.
No, it smells like you already got to the bottom of it.
Okay, well, it's not my bottom.
Well, no, I know.
Hey, look at that. A tray of freshly baked cookies. Don't they smell delicious?
No, it just smells like butt and cookies.
Yeah, it smells like ass and chocolate.
Hey, I respect the effort, man.
So anyway, welcome, Yedoye. I know it can be a bit disorienting to just show up somewhere.
Yeah, I don't really know what this is. but
Cool.
it's
I have
great.
some questions for you.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So there are two of the most powerful wizards have made their way to our realm here on Earth. One's named Alexa and one is Siri. Do you know them?
Not personally, but yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Who do you choose
What do you choose?
in battle?
Well, I have an Android, so I guess Alexa.
I told you. I told you.
Not the answer I was
I-
expecting, but I am impressed. So you're ready for the upcoming uprising, I guess.
What? No. What uprising? What are you
Oh,
talking about?
right. I won't bring it up again.
They're listening.
No.
Well,
no,
we've
bring
heard
it
that
up.
you're kind of an expert on trolls. We have a lot here on campus.
Yeah.
But I heard that the ones where you are different. Can you describe them?
Oh yeah. So mine, they're mostly just kind of, they're just like loud. They just talk a lot. You know, they're very opinionated.
Oh, sounds like my mother.
Yes, yes. And they have, do you guys have racism here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Against
okay.
goblins
Yes.
and witches and
Okay.
familiars. And
Yes, okay, we'll take that and it's with people now. Yeah, so it's like a little bit different.
So they behave a little bit like cave trolls.
Yeah, so they dwell in I guess what we call basements. You guys have basements here.
That's
Definitely.
terrifying.
Yeah.
We kill our cave trolls with fire. What do you do?
I mostly use my words.
Oh, like spells.
Magic words.
Yes. Yes. Spells. I can generally spell better than them. Yeah, they're not very good at that generally.
I haven't seen any in my grammar classes.
I've never heard a racism spell.
Oh yeah, they kind of wipe most of those out, but there's still like remnants of them here and there.
Like the underground.
Yes, yes, like the underground. You could say the Underground Railroad.
Oh.
We have a railroad.
Is that what you were
here.
going for? Because that's what I got.
No, but we do have
Okay.
we have a railroad here.
So your racists ride trains?
Yeah, I bet they do.
Well, you're doing
a lot
it-
of them are in New York.
I was gonna say I've never come face to face, with a troll, so I'm not sure what to do if I did. How do you battle them?
So generally, what you do is you go to their Facebook profile, and you take the most recent photo of them, and you just post that as a comment under whatever they've said.
Oh, okay.
And it generally works very poorly, but it's fun.
That's like a mirror spell.
Yeah.
Like a mirror spell. Yeah.
I see. You have a podcast called Dark Tank. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's a parody of Shark Tank. I generally have them pitch an invention that solves a racial problem. So a friend of mine pitched something called a Racelet. It's like a Fitbit that tracks your allyship.
Oh, interesting.
We generally have like a silly premise that leads into a more nuanced discussion of racial issues, I think. And then it ends with mostly with me roasting white people. Yeah.
Yeah. Same with our show. But I was wondering if we could turn the tables on you for a little bit.
Yeah, of
and
course.
see if you could pitch us some solutions to problems that wizards have.
Oh yeah, of course. So like,
Because in this scenario, you're like the white person, and we're like the black people.
yeah, you could argue that for
We don't have to argue that at all. It's the truth.
Mike, did you have a question for Yedoye?
I sure do.
Yeah, okay.
Why can't I fly my broom in public without freaking people out?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that has something to do with like wizard human respectability politics. I feel like you have to prove yourself.
That's a lot of syllables. Can you unpack that some?
So I think you have people's expectation of you is that you have to prove that you can sort of blend in with what we would call normal society. And obviously, to you, someone with wizarding powers is normal, but other people don't necessarily understand that, and so their expectation of you is to use the crosswalk and things like that. And to that, I would say, can I say fuck?
You can say whatever you like.
Tell them to go fuck themselves. Fly your broom wherever you want.
That sounds like a powerful spell.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I haven't tried that one yet. I wanted to know if I wanted to take my owl on the bus, is it really that big of a deal?
You know what? I don't think so. I personally don't think so. I think you should be able to take your owl wherever you want. But why go on a bus, Why a bus? There's so many other options.
You're right.
I feel like as a wizard, people should be trying to bring their pets onto your forms of transportation.
I'm still learning these spells.
This one time, they made me put my owl on the back of the bus.
Oh no, that's regular racism. We gotta talk
okay.
about that, man.
All right.
We should have a conversation later.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I've always had to dumb down my spells in mixed company. Is there a way around that?
I think you just speak whatever way you want. A lot of people like to what we call spell switch. Depending if you're speaking to a wizard of a lighter hue, you might say something like, "What's a spell?"
Here's one. To the rhythm of the boogity beat.
Ooh.
And now, can I ask you, if I wasn't here, would you have done that spell the same way that you
I
just
would
did
not
it?
have.
You
I
wouldn't
would
have. You wouldn't have.
infused it with old wizard English.
Exactly.
It's true.
Exactly.
I would have spell switched.
And that's one of the many things we talk about on my podcast.
You got me.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm here for you.
I have a question. Yeah. So a lot of our wizard friends like to talk about, what they would be or what jobs they might have if they were a regular, normie, human, very normal, average person like yourself.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of jobs in the regular world. I'm a comedian. I do stand-up comedy.
You make people laugh?
Yeah.
Oh.
With a spell?
No, well, just with words. I guess I can't, how do I argue that that's not a spell?
Do you feel that you're cursed to do this?
In a sense, yes. In a sense, yes, I do.
I have a buddy who's convinced that if he was a normie human like yourself, he'd be a linebacker for the New Orleans Saints. And I'm like, dude, you're an elf. It's not gonna happen.
But he could work in some capacity for the league. Not everybody has to be a player.
That's true.
My cousin's a defensive line coach for an NFL team.
That wasn't what he was aiming for, probably, huh?
No, probably not. He's a big guy. He could have played. He could have been a contender.
That's depressing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know that you're into anime, so
Yeah.
if you were an anime character, what would you be like, or who would you be?
Well, I think I would be, so I'm a big fan of One Punch Man, and I feel like it's kind of a cop-out to say you want to be the main guy. I think I'd just take a step back, there's a character named Genos, who is a sidekick to Saitama, who is the One Punch Man of note. He's just a cool guy, super strong, super fast, but not like the strongest or the fastest. I think that would be me.
Right,
the
so
next
he's
level.
very average.
He's above average.
Okay.
In some ways.
In
you
what
know.
ways?
Do I have to be here?
Okay, it's time for a quick look at what's coming up on WZRD. We'll be right back.
What I learned about magic today that I didn't know before was that sometimes it doesn't work, and that's okay. You get this idea in media that every time you try a spell, it just kind of happens. And I feel like that's just not realistic. And we have to explain to the children more than anyone that sometimes, even if you are a magical being, you're just not always going to achieve your dreams. That's important to know.
Welcome back! I thought now would be the perfect opportunity to play a game I like to call What's That Smell?
That's what I've been asking you this whole time.
Yeah, but now it's a game.
You know what? You're right. I'm gonna step off and handle this. Ronnie, over here.
I'm alone now. It's my first solo hosting gig. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
No, Tree. This is my time. Okay?
Come on, just one question.
No, I have a question already. What color would you take with you to a desert island? I mean, what food coloring would you take with you to a desert island?
Oh man, now you guys really put the junk in press junk in here, huh?
This isn't a press junket. This is a public access wizarding show. Okay, that was really rude. Actually, I'm just gonna send you away. Okay. Go away a kiss. Swipe left a kiss.
And still here. Okay.
Okay. Get outissimo.
I could just go. I'm just.
Yeah. Don't tell Mike.
Yeah, sure. Congrats on
Thanks.
the.
Just
yeah.
up the stairs on the left.
I'm gonna call a car. What's the address?
You're La Crescenta. You're near the Ralphs.
Things I'd like to plug. Listen to my podcast, Dark Tank. Unless you're a racist, I guess, then just don't listen to anything. I also have a special coming out on Epix on the show Unprotected Sets, produced by Wanda Sykes, who I am very excited to meet one day.